Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the topic mammary glands. Mammary glands are present only in mammals. They are the modified sweat glands. So the sweat glands is modified into mammary glands in mammal. The mammary glands are present in both sexes. That is, it is present both in male as well as in female. In males, it is rudimentary. Rudimentary means non-functional or inactive. But in females, they are functional or active. A pair of mammary glands are located in the thoracic region. So where the mammary glands are located means it is located in the thoracic region, that is the chest region. It contains glandular tissue and variable quantities of fat. The mammary gland contains glandular tissue and variable quantities of fat. What is the main function of this mammary gland means? The main function of the mammary gland is to secrete milk to the newborn baby. At the center of the mammary glands, that is at the middle region, nipple is present and the nipple is surrounded by the dark pigmented area called areola. So at the center of the mammary gland, nipple is present and it is surrounded by the dark pigmented area called as areola. And in the areolar region, several sebaceous glands called as areolar glands are found. So in the areolar region, there is many oil glands are present and they are called as the areolar glands, and they reduce the cracking of the skin of the nipple. So the main function of the areolar glands is to reduce the cracking of the skin of the nipple. And internally, each mammary gland consists of 15 to 25 lobes. So the mammary gland, if you see the internal structure of the mammary gland, it consists of 15 to 25 lobes, and each lobes are separated by fat and connective tissues. So the lobes are separated by, or in between the lobes, fat and connective tissues are present. Each lobe is made up of lobules. So each lobe is made up of lobules which contain, that is the lobules contain acini or alveoli. So the mammary gland is made up of 15 to 25 lobes and each lobe is made up of lobules which contain the alveoli. The alveoli is lined by cuboidal epithelial cells. The alveoli is lined by cuboidal epithelial cells. And the cells of the alveoli secrete milk. So mainly the milk is secreted in the alveoli. So the cells of the alveoli secrete milk. The alveoli open into the mammary tubules. So the alveoli open into the mammary tubules. The tubules of each lobe join to form the mammary duct. So the mammary tubules join to form the mammary duct. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla. So several mammary ducts, they join to form a wider mammary ampulla. So ampulla is a wider region which is connected to the lactiferous duct. So again this ampulla is connected to the lactiferous duct in the nipple. That is, the lactiferous tubule opens into the nipple. Under the nipple, each lactiferous duct expands to form the lactiferous sinus, which serves as a reservoir of milk. Reservoir means storage. So the lactiferous duct expands to form the lactiferous sinus, which serves as a storage of milk. Each lactiferous duct opens separately by a minute pore on the surface of the nipple. So through this nipple only the milk is ejected, and the baby also sucks the milk in the nipple region. So in this picture you can able to see the internal structure of the mammary gland. So each mammary gland consists of 15 to 25 lobes, and each lobe is made up of lobules. The lobules contain the alveoli, and the alveoli is made up of, you can able to see the alveoli, it is made up of cuboidal epithelial cells, and the cells of the alveoli secrete the milk. So in this picture you can able to see the cells of the alveoli secrete the milk, and inside you can able to see the here a cavity. So in the cavity only it is called as lumen, and in this cavity only the milk is secreted. So a single alveoli, it is enlarged and given as, and in this lumen or cavity only the milk is secreted. So where milk is secreted means it is secreted in the alveoli. So the cells of the alveoli secrete milk. The alveoli open into mammary tubules, and the tubules of each lobe they join to form the mammary duct, and the mammary duct join to form the wider mammary ampulla, and the ampulla is connected to the lactiferous duct, and the lactiferous duct expands to form the lactiferous sinus, which serves as a reservoir of milk, and each lactiferous duct opens separately by a minute pore on the surface of the nipple. So this is the internal structure of the mammary gland. So the milk is formed in the alveoli and it is ejected out through the nipple. Normal development of the breast begins at puberty and progresses with changes during each menstrual cycle. In non-pregnant women, the glandular structure is largely underdeveloped and the breast size is largely due to the amount of fat deposits. So the size of the breast does not have any influence on the efficiency of lactation. So now we will see the hormones which are responsible for the lactation. And if you take the hormone estrogen and progesterone, they are responsible or they play an important role in the development of breast at the time of puberty and also at the time of pregnancy. So at puberty only normal breast development takes place and it progresses with changes during each menstrual cycle. And next, the hormone prolactin is responsible for the milk secretion. So the hormone prolactin is responsible for milk secretion, and the hormone oxytocin is responsible for the ejection of milk, that is expulsion of milk from the mammary gland. So the hormone oxytocin after parturition, that is after delivery, only the milk is ejected out from the mammary gland, and for that ejection the hormone oxytocin is responsible. So this is about the topic. Go through this topic and learn well. In the next class, we'll discuss about the gametogenesis. Thank you.